video that I have never done, and I'm doing it for a particular reason, is getting up from the toilet. And a lot of the videos over the years that I've done, I've always gotten up using my left arm. But when my wife and I, when we bought this house, the toilet was on this side, obviously is the way you see it, and I had to get up using the right arm. And the first 4 or 5 times I tried, I couldn't get up. And it was just so nerve-wracking for me, where I felt like we just bought this house, and now I can't even get up from the toilet. But every time that I tried to get up and I failed, I just knew that I could. I just had to figure out a way. And eventually I took all the ways that I get up using the left arm with the elbow and the chin and the shoulder, I applied it to the right, and I was able to teach myself to get up using my right arm. Now, I've never gotten up using my right arm in the 20 years, more so the last 10 years that I had to, where the disability, where my limb-girdle started to really take away my physical abilities. So I've never used the right arm, and I didn't know if I could, and within a matter of a month, easily, I was able to get up. And so it just goes to show that there are these abilities that we have within us that we don't know. We just have to keep trying, and eventually we can possibly break through. Now that's not for everybody, because obviously I can't just run, but I knew I could get up from here, and so I kept trying and trying, and now I can. So one thing that's tough is that the toilet is really close to this countertop here, so I really have to get into these particular positions again. I just can't get up like I did years ago. So I have to sit on the edge of the toilet, again, using the belt on my pants here, and throw myself forward. Now there's a little problem here with the corner of it, where my leg, I have to kind of push off in order to get away from it. And again, it's the same thing here. I have to put this right elbow up. And what I realize is it's kind of like an anchor. It really keeps me secure here. I mean, I can hold myself without my other arm. But if it's up like this, I'm just going to fall down. And not only when I put this up here, but it gives me that extra ½ inch or so, which is enough for me to put my chin up, which it just barely makes it. Again, you can see a lot of the weight of my body is being bear down on my head, which causes that jaw problem that I was telling you about, neck problems. So I'm trying to move more with my muscles holding my head up. The other problem I ran into is that this sink is not in the middle of the countertop. So I have like, I don't know, maybe 8 inches over here, and I have a foot over there. So it's a very small space to work in. But again, I always knew that I could do it. Even the first month we were here and I couldn't get up. I just knew I could. What's great about here is that I have something to push up against. So I don't really have to worry about this hand being blowing into it. Although I think that's just habit. But here's the problem that I encounter. I'm too far away. Sometimes if I get too far away from the table, the angle is just too hard for me to get myself up, so I have to kind of just move myself around until I feel like this is it. And it could only be a few inches, not even, it could be ½ an inch that my foot is forward. That makes a world of a difference when I get up. And one of the important things too that I'm learning is the push through my feet. It's not just all upper body. It's pushing through the feet and engaging those muscles to help with moving me. Instead of just relying on my arms. In years past, when I was stronger, I was able to not necessarily put as much emphasis on pushing with my legs. I could just do it with all my upper body. But now, as I seem to be a little bit weaker, I have to engage more of the whole body. And also, too, I'm using a lot more momentum. I'm using more of my head to push me around, to throw me around, so that I can get my weight, so I can get myself to stand up. So that's how I get up from the toilet using my right arm.